Hey guys, today is National Workplace Wellbeing Day in Ireland, and I've been working from home for the last 5 years, and I've learned a thing or two about being productive from home. It didn't come naturally at the start, but I have learned how to be better at it, and I would like to give you 10 tips today on how you can make your workplace at home more optimized and increase your productivity. So my name is Rob Duffy, and I am a success and emotional mastery coach, and I have some very useful tips today that I would like to share with you. And the first one is basically to allocate yourself a clear place in your house where it's agreeable for everybody in the house, where you can focus and be productive. It doesn't have to be a huge place, but it does have to have a desk. It does have to have the capability to have a comfortable chair where you can sit down and you can do your day's work. It's so important to have a comfortable chair or even to stand. If you could find a place where you could have a standing desk, it might even be also better for your posture. The danger is that you sit on a chair that is very uncomfortable and you start to find yourself getting a creak in your neck or something with your body malfunctions. And that is the danger. So having a good chair or even a standing desk for half of the day, whatever it is, finding that place, negotiating it with the people that you live with, and having a clear place where you can be. For me, I work in the attic. I've got a bean bag. I've got my guitar behind me. I've got a very comfy desk, and I have uh, this desk here. Um, this is the perfect place. It doesn't have to be something like that. It just needs to be somewhere where you can utilize your best self. You can put a laptop and you can do your day's work. The second thing that I would advocate is that you track your time using the Pomodoro method. Now, if you don't know what the Pomodoro method is, it is basically 25 to 30 minute segments where you allocate to certain tasks throughout your day. So, for example, if you had an article to write and you estimated that it might take 2 hours to write that article, you would break that task into 4 Pomodoros. And after each Pomodoro, it is recommended that you take a 5 minute break. Potentially go and fill your cup and get a glass of water, go for a little walk around the house, but taking 5 minutes out to recharge your batteries and to be able to come back and go at your tasks again. Pomodoros really help you to gamify yourself, because if you allocate a certain amount of time for a task and you beat that time, well, there you go. You've won back time and you can go on to the next task throughout your day. So it helps to eliminate procrastination and your tendency to dwell into other realms. Pomodoros are the way to go. The third thing that I would advocate is that you actually work during your workday. That there is a real tendency to get up and to lounge about and to take some extra time on a break, and that is just not helpful. It's not conducive to you getting your personal life back when you are actually finished work. Maybe you find yourself dragging into the evening some of the work you're doing, ad hoc work, maybe scattered few hours in the morning, in the afternoon, and then you find yourself into the maybe even the late hours. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep your workday in your workday, and you want to keep your personal life in your personal life, so that this time doesn't become a drag. And that is the danger. So that is something to watch out for. The fourth thing I would suggest is that you get dressed like it is a work day. There is obviously a tendency for you to lounge around in your pajamas, go to that Zoom meeting in the morning in your boxer shorts or your underwear. I recommend that you put on a shirt, make it like it is the work day, and so that you're psychologically cued to believe that you are actually working. So getting dressed and leaving the robe and the pajamas in the bedroom where they should be. The fifth thing I would suggest is to start your day well. Potentially, you might have gotten into a routine where you're not eating your breakfast at the time that you may have been. I would suggest that you do start the day well. If you exercise in the morning, do your exercise. If you do yoga, if you meditate, do all of those things. Make sure that you have a morning routine which is conducive to you enabling yourself to be at your productive best. And that means starting the day well. The sixth thing I would suggest is to set boundaries with the people that you live with or your family members. Maybe a husband or wife is, or the kids are disturbing you. Maybe there's a conversation that needs to happen. It might go like, listen, I need you to respect my time. I want you to know that because I'm in the next room, it doesn't give you the permission to come and knock on the door or disturb me. This is the workday, and I need to have this time to not have any disruptions because I want to come out of the workroom at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, whenever the time is that your day is over, and you need all of the people in your house to be on the same page. And that respects them and it respects you. So maybe that conversation needs to happen. The seventh thing I would suggest is to turn your social media off. If you've got 1,000 tabs open, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever it is, put the phone on mute or even turn the phone off and only have tabs open that are in line with what you're working on. That is a really good way for you to remain productive throughout your day. One other hack that I would suggest is to download a Chrome extension called Facebook Newsfeed Eradicator. And that will totally eradicate the newsfeed that you have on Facebook, eliminating a little bit of that tendency that you might have to procrastinate with Facebook. So that's what I suggest there. The eighth thing I would suggest is to make 3 lists. The first list is of the things that you're going to do today. The second list is the things that you would like to get done but aren't absolutely required to be done. And the third list is the things that need to be done at some point in the future. And the reason to have those 3 lists is because things may come into your mind throughout the day, and it's good to be able to put them onto paper rather than them having come back in your mind. Because every time that they come back with a little spike of anxiety if we don't allocate them to the page. So putting them onto the page when they come into your mind is a really good way for you to get back to what it is that you are doing without you switching tasks and being distracted. So that is what I would say to do there. The 9th thing I would suggest is really simple, but so many people forget this, is to drink water. Drinking water is actually incredibly important to keep you hydrated and to keep your cognitive abilities up to scratch. So it is easy to forget, but it is such an easy thing to do. Go down and fill your glass. The final thing I would suggest is to get yourself some headphones so that you numb the sounds outside of your actual environment. Any house noises, you can use earphones to distract yourself and you can play some music. Now, with music, make sure that you're potentially not listening to the likes of Slipknot or Rage Against the Machine or whatever sort of that heavy stuff, because the music that you listen to has a tendency to influence your mood. So be careful about what you are putting in. Maybe something a little bit more chill out or vibey, whatever it is, make sure it is conducive for you to be your productive best. Those are 10 tips that I would have. It might take a little bit of playing around with. It might be a challenge for everyone. You might find yourself slipping up. Be forgiving and just get back on board, trying to give yourself a break. But if you commit to these things, you will find yourself getting better at the fundamentals. And before you know it, you'll be back in work. Well, hopefully. This is obviously going to be temporary, but if you can do some of those things that I've mentioned, you will find yourself being more productive and being better able to get on with your day and having your personal life to go to when your day is over. So whatever you do, have a happy workplace wellness day, and I will talk to you all soon. I hope this was useful. All the best.